What is up, everybody? Woo! After a little bit of a slow start, we are here at Hooters O'Hare. Ryan McGuffey, David Kaplan,
and
Michaela's part of the program, man.
Yeah.
This is her. Is this your
I'm
third?
happy to be back. It's my
Third time
that?
on some version of our shows. We are doing a recap live stream from Hooters O'Hare. If you're trying to make it out, still got time. There's drink specials. Look what I got. I've been talking about it every damn day for the month of June. The blueberry lemonade.
That is our bourbon blueberry lemonade. It's made with Bullet.
Is it good?
It's actually our drink of the month,
Yes,
and
is.
it's on special for $8.
What's the food special?
We have our lunch specials for summertime, Monday through Friday, 11 to 3 p.m. Includes a lot of your Hooter favorites, right? Our original and boneless wings, our black and chicken Caesar salads, and our Hooters burgers and more.
We'll get
Sign me up for half. Yeah,
a little later. How was your post-football season?
Michaela, you want me to
was
leave and just sit? I'll sit down here. I'll get up.
Great. You know, football season, and we went right into March Madness, which was a lot of fun. And now it's baseball season, summertime. So we're here.
Cubs fan or Sox fan?
Chicago fan.
Wow.
That's a bad answer.
You
Come
know
on.
the right answer.
Always down for a baseball game, no matter where we're going.
Is that your favorite sport?
I like baseball, basketball, football. I grew up as a cheerleader, so I'm always been around sports my life, you know.
Pretty
So
cool.
it's a good time.
All right. I'm going to try the blueberry lemonade later,
Yes.
and we'll see you in a little bit.
Good. Thank
All right. See you.
Awesome. All right, here we go. The Cubs and Cardinals are off and running, Cap. We're here doing a Cubs-Cardinals watch party with some of our closest friends. I see some familiar faces from the lunch hour crowd. We have some people here, longtime subscribers of the channel. Packed house.
I saw the real Phil Simms here.
The real Phil Simms. It's so packed in here, Phil couldn't even get in the room. You would think the guy's got some street cred, man.
Right.
Get him in the room.
We got our friends Al and Jerry here.
They're the hecklers.
Yeah, the hecklers. They lost money at the casino, so they left and came here.
So now we're taking their money here from the recap. All right, so Cubs and Cardinals. We're going to be live here for about a half an hour. Cap and I are going to stick around. The NBA draft is right here in front of us. We got the Cubs and Cardinals right here. And at least and we got all your comments. I see the chat. It's loaded
Oh, my God.
up.
The chat is loaded already.
I see the chat. Some of the regulars. Eric, my Incan Law question of the night for you guys. If I'm Jed Hoyer, who would I go after as far as getting frontline starters, relievers, and also another quality utility man? So before you answer that, Cap, it's 1-0 Cubs. Ian Happ. Everyone breathe. The Cubs have a little bit of a lead. Thankfully, it happened right away. 1-0. Matthew Boyd on the bump, top of the second here. So fire away. We'll do live.
And here's our ace number 5 hitter, Dansby Swanson.
It's not gone well. All right, so if you haven't watched the recap rush hour today, there is news and rumors regarding the Cubs and starting pitching. You want to fill us in, and then let's go from there.
Yeah, and then we can talk about last night's train wreck of a game. But Bob Nightingale and Bruce Levine, both guys very highly respected, say the Cubs and the Pirates have been engaging on discussions for Mitch Keller, who was an all-star in 2023. He is not having a good season in terms of record because his team is horrible, but his peripheral numbers look pretty good. ERA right around 4. And on David Bednar, who used to be their closer. He's now their setup guy. And the Cubs are looking for a fresh arm in the pen and a fresh arm in the rotation.
So is that sexy enough? For me, no. I would say Mitch Keller, to me, would be Mitch Keller. And I still think they need a stud, lights-out guy that you're putting at the top when we're talking about the playoffs. Look at David here. He couldn't join us here, but he's having the mango habanero wings and cinnamon pretzel bites and a blueberry lemonade right now in Maryville.
At the Maryville Hooters.
How about that?
How about that?
He's rooting for a W and Derek Queen to go to the Bulls. That would be fun. Becky, there have been talks about maybe getting Keller. Look at that.
Dansby
Swanson. Wait, that's a double.
That's a double.
A ground rule double for Dansby Swanson. Dude, he's been terrible. He's had a 621 OPS.
Do you know what he's hitting this year with runners in scoring position? 141.
Is that good?
That sucks.
Especially for a guy that's got a $177 million contract.
So,
Lip Ripper, our guy, he's down in Florida. Look at it. Look at this. Lip Ripper's in Florida. He's at Hooters.
that is unbelievable.
We got people who can't be here at Hooters O'Hare. So they decided to go to originalhooters.com, which is where you all should go. Find the closest Hooters location nearest you, and that's what they're doing.
We've got to make sure that our friend Steve, one of the grand poobahs of Hooters, knows we're bringing people to Hooters around the globe
right now. We got Maryville, Indiana represented. I don't know where in Florida. Lip Ripper will let us know. And then Lip just trying to stir the pot here. Cards live line plus 130 just seems right for the spirit of the live stream. Sorry, Cap.
Lip Ripper, I don't like you anymore.
I'm a big Lip Ripper
Why would you
guy.
do that to me?
Lennox, welcome to the chat. Let's hope the Cubs make Cappy happy. Let's get everybody happy today.
That's it.
There we go. David, well, Dansby just came through for you, my friend. He just came through. Now, he didn't have runners in scoring position, but we haven't been happy with this series. It's hit cleanup. He's hit fifth 2 nights in a row.
Correct.
The only my guess is because they're trying to get him hot. They're trying to surround him with the big boppers and see if he can play off them.
Yeah, I just don't understand that rationale because if you want a right-hander there, because Craig Counsell's big on, okay, we've got a switch at the top, then we got a lefty, then we got a righty, then we got a lefty with PCA. Okay, then why would you not put Nico Horner, who's your best hitter with runners in scoring position? That's what I don't understand. Get down. Get down. Get
that
down.
Ball's going to drop, and it's 2-0 Cubs.
Cubs. That a baby?
Maybe we should do this more often. Maybe that's what we needed to do. Keep with, hey, by the way, all you guys say, we were here for you. We're here for you. We're live and we're ready to go.
Who needs Rafael Devers? We got Michael Busch.
Mets have lost 9 of 10. This stuff happens in baseball, as Becky said. You're right. Teams, by the way, the panic button that's going on right now in Cubs Nation, the Cubs are 10-11 in the month of June. They're not 5-15.
Yeah, I love Becky's comment. Mets lost 9 of 10. Yankees lost 9 of 12. Blank happens. It's baseball, kids. You are so right, Becky. You're a very smart person.
Guess where she's at? Tulsa, Oklahoma.
How about that? They have a Hooters there?
They should.
Absolutely
Becky would
should.
be there. Show it tomorrow.
Let's worry about tonight.
What about Cabrera? As I spit half of my blueberry lemonade out.
Let's worry about tonight.
What about Cabrera from the Marlins? Edward Cabrera.
Edward Cabrera.
I like him better than Mitch Kelly.
How about Sandy Alcantara? That's a heck of a catch.
So we talked about this earlier today in the office. I've been talking about Jacob deGrom and Nate Eovaldi, who's been out for the last almost full month. He is coming back on Friday. He will be activated. He has not made a rehab start. He's been doing it in live BP. They've been doing a lot of side sessions. If he shows you in the next 4 weeks that he's reliable and being every fifth day guy,
a really good postseason pitcher,
305
I would take a shot.
He's owed like $52 million on top of what he's owed this year.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What about saying you'll take Sandy Alcantara and Edward Cabrera?
Yes. That's what I told you earlier. What if the Cubs did something like, we'll do Jacob deGrom. They'll say, what if the Rangers say, we'll trade Jacob deGrom. He's waived his no trade clause, but we won't trade him unless you take Eovaldi's contract too.
Oh, God. You're talking about $150 million.
What do you do? I'm in.
If I'm Tom Ricketts, yeah.
Your rotation changes instantly as the Dallas Mavericks.
God.
I wonder what the Dallas Mavericks are going to do. What? That ball does not get down. Matt Shaw struggled.
So here's, and tell your friends, we're going to play Ask Us Anything, and we can talk all Cubs, we can talk the draft, anything you want. But right now, lock in here. Tell your friends, hey, you want to get a question answered? Ask us anything. By the way, hey, Stephanie, do you know we're getting people that are eating at other Hooters
watching the show?
Maryville, Florida.
So, yeah, now Jess has been trying to be live, like at an event since we started. Look at Jess in the corner, literally an OG to the Hooters lunch hour. Jess, really good to see you. Can't wait to meet you. She chimes in with her, I'm watching from the corner. You can't chime in and not be called out like that. I had to call you out. Jess is an absolute OG. Absolute OG. You see where the Hooters locations are in case you are trying to find one to join the party from. T, what's up, Cap?
Look at all the questions coming in. It's amazing.
Jerry, who's sitting over here, Jerry the heckler, major letdown. Vinny Capra jerseys lost in transit.
Vinny Capra.
Should not be on our MLB roster.
Yeah, he should not be on an MLB roster.
Becky wants to know how many wins you still have the Cubs pegged for right now.
I said at the start, 91 and 71 was my pick, and I think they'll come in above that number. I do.
I said 94 the other day. I said 94 the other day, and I still feel strong that somebody today in the lunch hour said this is an 85 to 90 win wild card team, and I was like, I
believe they're absolutely better than a 90-win team, as long as they stay healthy. That's the key.
Yeah. Well, so Becky answered your question. Yes, there is a Hooters in Tulsa.
Oh, wow. There's a Hooters in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I mean, this is phenomenal that we are getting all of this type of stuff, all of the Hooters shout-outs from around the country. Jay's got something good here. The Cub fans criticize Dansby. If you look at his power numbers, he's on pace to have maybe his biggest home run season ever.
I completely understand in terms of home runs, but I need him to be better with runners in scoring position. I cannot have my 5-hole hitter hitting 141 coming into tonight's game.
There's Lip. He's trying. So I asked where he was in Florida.
Yeah.
He's in Fort Lauderdale. That's the Lip Ripper. Cap, what's your expectations for the Astro series?
What's the pitching matchups?
Here's my thing. You always go for 2 out of 3. You're playing on the road.
Fly, get out of here! 4-0. Reese McGuire has left the building.
What a pickup Reese McGuire has been. Reese McGuire has been a dude.
He has.
So this will be interesting when Miguel Amaya comes back around the All-Star break. What do you do with Reese McGuire?
I'd probably keep 3 catchers.
Do you?
I do.
What about trading? Maybe you're trading one.
You're not getting a lot for Reese McGuire.
Adam chimes in from the White Sox camp. Kyle Teel will be a top 3 catchers in 2 years. Take that.
Kyle Teel will be what?
Top 3 catcher in 2 years.
Okay, Adam, dial it back. Top 3 catcher? I'm not sure about that.
Joe Marino's in the house. Kathy Marino's in the house.
How are you?
My family's here.
Sure.
That's what happens. You show up, you get called out on the stream, my friend.
Who are the best catchers in baseball?
Right now?
Yes.
Right now, well, Adley Rutschman.
He's
having a tough year.
Real
Muto. Will Smith in L.A.
He's the best. Francisco Alvarez with the Mets is solid. Who else?
Who are we missing? There's plenty. We're missing plenty. Look, I don't hate the idea that Kyle Teel could be a top 10 catcher.
Yeah, that's more like it.
I mean, I don't want to put
Brosky Bear. Shout out Gup and Cap. 2 cool dudes.
He's the best. Cap, are you heading out to New York? You're not going to New York for the Cubs-Yankees series.
Going to New York for what? The Cubs-Yankees?
Yeah.
No, I've done that already. And so now I am watching on TV.
The Brewers beat Paul Skeens today.
They did.
Jay believes they're the team to worry about.
Of all the teams in our division other than the Cubs, I would agree. 100% I would agree.
I asked this question earlier today. Can the Cubs afford to wait a full month before they make a move? I don't think the answer to that is yes. Kurt wants to know how long before Jed makes a move.
I think he makes some type of a move in the next 10 days, but I do not believe it's the big move. I think that plays out mid to late July.
So, Becky, this is the part. If expensive is a problem, then don't even pick up the phone.
Becky, what do you mean by too expensive? Are you talking about his contract? Or are you talking about the amount of prospects? Because prospects are guys that have never done it, and I'm trying to win the World Series. All in. Let's go.
How the White Sox prospects work out?
Right.
The first round.
Right. If I told you, hey, the Sox are trading these prospects, Luis Robert and Eloy Jimenez, you'd have been like, oh, my God, no. And both guys are busts.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Luis Robert left today's game with hamstring tightness.
Yeah, what a shock.
By the way, we are giving away NASCAR tickets. We are giving away NASCAR tickets tonight, the NASCAR street race.
And you get to go see the Zach Brown band.
Yeah, July 5th and 6th. We have reserved seats here, dude. Those are like $500. We interviewed Joey Logano today. That'll drop on the channel in a little bit. Really good stuff. Joey Logano, really fun.
He was
20
awesome.
minutes.
We had a lot of fun with him.
Really good
We
stuff.
did. And isn't the Zach Brown band Candace McGuffey's favorite band?
They are one of Candace McGuffey's bands. But, she has an eclectic palette.
She does.
She's the smartest smartest person in my house.
There's no question.
David, Top T lives down in South Florida. He doesn't trust the Marlins with Sandy at all. I don't know what you mean exactly by that. Like, if you don't think that they trust, like, what the return will be. I don't know what we're thinking there.
Explain what you mean by that. Jim Altergott. Hello, Guff and Cap. Baseball's a long season. Slumps and downtimes happen. Relax, Cup fans. Thank you. But I can't say that I was relaxed last night doing the recap because you cannot forget how many outs there are. 1. 2, you got to be able to bunt as a Major League Baseball player. You absolutely have to be able to bunt. And PCA made the decision on his own to bunt. That's fine. I had no issue with it. You got to get it down. You have to get the bunt down. And then 3, in the 9th inning, I would have run Tucker. He's 18 of 19 in steals. He got a hit. PCA got a hit. I would have had Tucker already at second base, or at least attempted to.
Breaking news, the Mavericks took Cooper Flagg.
Right. I saw somebody bet like $100, and they won 10 cents. 10 cents.
Hey, sometimes when you're scrambling and you just want to feel what winning's
like.
like.
I just need a winning ticket.
I just need to win.
That's it.
T, I'm with you. Give me Eovaldi and DeGrom every day than Cabrera and Sandy.
Yeah, but I don't believe, while Jed said resources won't be an issue, I don't believe Tom Ricketts is taking on 2 oft-injured guys at $150 million who are mid to late 30s. I don't believe that.
Let me tell you something about that blueberry lemonade.
Good?
Yes. It's fantastic.
There
Becky is a fan of getting Eugenio Suarez to play third, and then Shaw can sit 3. If you bring in Suarez to play third, I think Matt Shaw's going down to Iowa.
I'm not sure about that because what if I make Matt Shaw my super utility this year?
Bye-bye. Birdie, bye-bye.
Or Birdie, one of the 2 guys who I don't think are very good. See you later. Thanks for coming. And then I play Eugenio Suarez over at third.
I can see that.
Did he play today for the Diamondbacks? I don't think he did.
Not. He was out of the lineup.
He's banged up with a hand injury, but he's not
on the IL.
On the IL. It's a day-to-day thing. I would absolutely take on Eugenio Suarez.
Shout out to the White Sox who got a big win today over the Arizona Diamondbacks, who I think is one of the teams that's lying to themselves. I think they're a team that believes they're in the race, and I don't think that they are.
So let me ask you a question. Would you, if you're the Diamondbacks, trade either Merrill Kelly or Zach Gallen?
I would trade probably at least one. Zach Gallen, have you seen his last?
He doesn't look good.
He's got an ERA above 7 his last 12 starts.
Yeah, I'd rather have Merrill Kelly.
And all the people who were freaking out about Alcantara, he's flipped it. He's got an ERA sub 3 in June. Zach Gallen's going the wrong way and wrong way fast. Chris, is that you over there in the corner? Chris sees himself on video. I love when people do that.
I don't know where he is.
There's the Hooters in Fort Lauderdale. Are you guys both at Hooters in Fort Lauderdale? That would be amazing. How about a package of Hausman and Talkman?
Who? Adrian Hauser?
Adrian Hauser and Michael Talkman. I actually like that idea for the Cubs.
I do because I need a 4th outfielder. Because right now they have
I like
PCA, Suzuki, Tucker, and Happ. That's it.
I like that a lot.
But what do you want for him?
No, I mean a lottery ticket.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot.
Maybe like 2 lottery tickets, like a real guy who's at rookie ball, and then some guy in AA that the Cubs are kind of done with.
Right.
That's fine.
And we'll take the money. There's not a lot. I think
Talkman was like 1.9,
and
Hauser's like 1.3.
Yeah.
So you're talking about one. You're talking about 1.5
total.
That's an E. Like that trade should happen tonight.
That I agree, and I guarantee you, Chris Getz would do it.
100%. That's why he has both of them.
He's neighbors with Jed. I don't think people know this. He and Jed are neighbors.
They should know it if they listen to.
They hang out. They go to dinner.
Yeah, that's an easy yes. Ship them 8 miles.
Chris, north. Jed, yeah. What's up? You want to go to dinner? Sophia Steakhouse. Yeah. I got to talk to you about something. So, I need Hauser and Taubman.
Brad. So Here's the thing about the draft. I mean, I don't know if you have any leads on who the Cubs could target. The MLB draft is a crap shoot. And usually they have a list of about 9 to 10 guys, some college, some high school. And if the board doesn't go the way they want it to, as Dylan Harper, and by the way, the Spurs all of a sudden are unbelievable. Dylan Harper is a San Antonio Spur.
There you go. The number 2 pick in the draft. Big Ten all freshman at Rutgers. Yeah.
No lead for the Cubs draft, right? We're just whoever they take, the Cubs got to draft and develop.
You mean the Bulls?
No.
Oh,
somebody has to.
The Cubs draft.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do. They have on ESPN.com right now, they redraft the 2015 through 2023 drafts, maybe even 24. And in 2015, the 5th overall pick now is Ian Happ.
Wow.
Moved all the way up from 9 to 5.
Well, that tells you that they made the right. When you get a guy play 1,000 games in your uniform and you drafted him, it's
Correct.
a great pick.
That's correct.
Whether or not you like Ian Happ, that's a different story. The guy's been a Gold Glover and played 1,000 games in your uniform. Great pick.
Bednar Keller, how much does it cost? You would have to take on 55 remaining million on Mitch Keller. $55 million. That's a lot of money.
And that's why I'm more. Give me $53 million of Nate Eovaldi, who yes is 35, yes is injured, but I know a lot more about who I'm getting than Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller I'm like vanilla. It feels vanilla to me.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe Jess, you're Mitch Keller with the Pirates. Yay or nay? Okay. Jess is a Pirate. She's Pittsburgh. That's what I just asked her.
He was an all-star 2 years ago.
All right. Okay. Oh, look at that. The Williamsons are here.
So
look at Jess.
Jess
Dude,
is,
I'm
Jess
telling
is
you.
on top of her stuff.
Jess, I've been saying she could work for our channel for 6 months.
No, right.
She has great ideas for merch. She knows the Pittsburgh system.
Mitch Keller right now.
The ball hit deep. Kyle Tucker has left the building, and it's on in St. Louis. It is 5-0 Cubs. I think people are going to be asking us to do this more.
Yes. We come to Hooters, and the ball starts flying for the Cubbies.
Eric wants to know, is the real Phil Simms here? Eric? We can confirm.
Back there.
The real Phil Simms is here. Watching around the corner. We have Chris is watching in the King Tuck shirt. Jim wants to know, this is an easy question for me. Will Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak ever be broken?
No, I do not believe.
No shot.
It's hard to say never. Saying Suzuki, boy, they are hitting the ball tonight. That was caught at the wall.
Looks like John Lackey playing right field.
It does.
Danny, thank you from the 618 in Mount Vernon, Illinois for the Cubs talk, and do this more often. Can you list the top 3 pitchers, top 3 position players you see as possibilities / wish list for the Cubs?
Yeah, top 3 pitchers.
Appreciate you, Danny, checking in, by the way.
Sandy Alcantara, Edward Cabrera. Number 3 would probably be, for me, Nathan Eovaldi, because I don't believe they're moving what's his name? DeGrom.
No.
And I don't think the Cubs are taking on $95 million. I don't. And he's got a full no trade. So I don't think he's going
I think he
in.
would waive that to come here. I do.
You do?
I do. For a chance to win and pitch for the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field every day, I would bet $1 million that he would waive his no trade.
Yeah, I don't think the Texas Rangers would do that.
They're in a bad spot. They have a lot of money owed to a lot of players. They got a manager that might not want to come back. They're in a really bad spot. What's up, Swayze? Good to see you. Tyler, if they win 88, they'll win 88 if they play 500 the rest of the way. So, yes, they're going to win 90. That's a good comment.
That's a great
right
way
there
to put it.
Landon wants to know when Reese McGuire became Mark McGuire. He's been fantastic. Oh, yes. Tyler, thank you for chiming in. Cal Raleigh is the catcher we did not name.
Oh, God.
Cal Raleigh is, I mean, wow. I don't know. William Contreras, number 2. I would not put him the second best catcher in baseball.
No, I got to pull up the list, but
Jared, some of the bigger questions are who gets sent down DFA'd if they bring in a couple of pitchers.
Well, here's the deal. You're going to DFA or send down someone tomorrow because Shota's coming off the injured list. So who moves? Ben Brown's already been outrighted optioned down to AAA. Who do they move tomorrow?
You got a lot of older veteran type dudes who've been really good in your bullpen. Keller, Pomeranz, Chris Flexen. I don't know. You said to ask anything, Cap. Jim wants to know, when did you start getting tattoos? Is this a midlife crisis thing?
What are you talking about? I've got 8 of them.
He wants to know when.
I started getting them almost 6 years ago. Yeah, before COVID. I said to my wife, it was a rainy, nasty, snowy January day, and my wife said, what do you want to do? We had stayed downtown for a wedding. We got up, went to Yoke, great spot for breakfast, and then she goes, what are we doing the rest of the day? Our kids are out of the house. I said, let's go get tattoos. She's like, what? And the funny part of the whole story is we have 4 sons. He knows them. We sat them down before our oldest went off to college. He's now 35. And I said, here's the deal. Tattoos are not allowed in this house. You get a tattoo, you're out of my will. Okay? So a year later, Nick finishes his freshman year, and his car is in our garage, and it won't start. Nick has a 34 ACT and over a straight A average, but he did not at that point have any common sense. His car won't start. Our driveway is a little bit sloped. He pushes his car out. It starts rolling down the driveway because he wanted to jump it with his brother's car. His brother's asleep in the house, doesn't want to wake him up. The car starts rolling toward our fire hydrant at the end of our driveway. Nick runs behind the car thinking he could stop it and crushes his leg between the big bolt off the fire hydrant and the bumper. It goes into his leg, bounces off the fire hydrant. He yanks his leg out. He's bleeding everywhere. They rush him to the hospital. 911, a neighbor sees it. Rush him in an ambulance. And my wife calls me. I'm finishing my radio show. And she said, you need to get to the hospital right now. Nick's been in a bad accident. What? I race over there, and they wheel him in. They take him into one of the treatment rooms. They're cutting his jeans and his shirt off with scissors. I am watching this. He's in agony. There's blood everywhere. And I look, I go, a tattoo? He has a tattoo right here on his ribs. It says, I'm me. I said, what the F, Nick? A tattoo? You knew the rules. And my wife is yelling at me. Not now. He's in agony, and he has a compound fracture of his leg. And I said, I cannot believe you would violate me like that and get a tattoo. 6 years later, he comes home from a trip to Europe where he taught English. He was gone for a while. He walks in the house, and I'm in a tank top, and I have 8 tattoos. And he's like,
hot kettle pot.
What is going on? I said, hey, man, I've evolved.
The real Phil Simms, for those of you who are asking, he just came up. He's dialed in. There's so many people here that he had to sit in the back, which I think sucks because he's an OG. He comes up to me and hands me the phone. You know what it is? Jacob deGrom's line tonight. 7 innings, no hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He's got a no-hitter.
Get it done. I'll kick in $500. You get it done.
86 pitches. Stop telling me Jacob deGrom won't be traded. His trade value, he might be the best pitcher. This might be the time where the Texas Rangers can hit, not necessarily reset, reboot, get a haul from the Cubs. Cubs take the money, and now you have your dude starting game 1 of the DS. The real Bill Simms on the payroll doing it tonight. Cap with a epic story. Cole wants a recap shirt. I know. Here's the update. I was told that the site would be active today. It's not yet. I believe by the end of the week, certainly by Monday, Clark Street Sports will start carrying recap merch. And the second we do, I will let you know when it's up.
Here's the other thing. You like tomorrow when they activate Shota, the roster move cannot be Vidal Brujan or John Birdie. You can only carry 13 pitchers on your roster.
So who's on? I mean, what's your pen right now?
Well, you've got Michael Fulmer, Porter Hodge, Chris Flexen, Daniel Palencia, Caleb Theobar is 5. Who else am I missing?
Presley.
Ryan Presley is 6.
These are, like I'm looking at right now, a lot of these guys are no longer here.
Ryan Brazier. Brazier gets DFA tomorrow.
That's it. Bye-bye. I trade all of my right-handed bat prospects and keep all my lefties like Casey. I don't care, Uncle Ted. Owen Casey might be the guy that gets you Jacob deGrom. By the way, let me ask you this. Would you include Matt Shaw in a deal to acquire somebody like...
Who's playing third for me then?
I'm not asking that right now. I'm asking, you have to figure that out. Matt Shaw's in a deal for Jacob deGrom and prospects.
Yes.
Me too.
I would do it. And I like Matt Shaw a lot.
Me too.
And I think he's going to be a really good player.
Would you do this? Would Cade Horton be part of a package for you to acquire Jacob deGrom?
Wow. If that's the only way I could get it done and I'm getting an ace that can win game 7, yes.
You heard it right here, folks. That's why I
would.
tease you up. That dude's got a no-hitter tonight.
I would not put Cade Horton in the Sandy Alcantara deal.
Me either. No chance
And
at
I would
all.
not put it in a Chris Sale deal who has 1 year left and is 36, turning 37.
You know, it's time for Michaela to come back on. Here. Michaela, here, take this.
What's that going on?
You got to discuss. Michaela's coming back because it's summer.
It's summertime.
This place has great specials. They have great happy hour deals. They have an 11 to 3 lunch deal.
Yes.
The blueberry lemonade, you better get here quick. There's 5 more days of the blueberry lemonade. It's $8. And one of my favorite things to do that I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like sliding in here and grabbing my stuff to go.
Okay.
How do people do that?
You can order online through originalhooters.com. We also have our delivery services through Grubhub and Uber Eats. It's pretty easy, really easy. Self-explanatory, and it works out great.
I like.
Do you know that we have people on our chat right now? I mean, there's hundreds of people, and they're like, "We're at the Hooters in Merrillville. We're at the Hooters in Florida." They're joining the show in other Hooters.
They call the Hooters O'Hare.
Yeah, that's what I said. Get in the car and get to Hooters O'Hare. But we appreciate the people joining the stream. Michaela, we appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
You've made more appearances on the recap than half of the people who work there, which is him and I.
I always have a great time. Thank you for having me.
You got it.
Yes, thank you as always.
So again, tell your friends right now, get here to our recap channel. Ask us anything.
Kyle
We'll
says we
answer
need more
anything.
live shows. The Cubs are killing it tonight. I knew that. Look at this, Cap. More live streams.
Dansby Swanson with an amazing stop. I don't think he was able to get up, but he saves a run. First and third, 2 outs. Need a big pitch here, Matt Boyd. Let's go.
No regulars. We had the real Phil Simms just come and update us about Jacob deGrom. Erica says the MLB draft is more exciting than the NBA draft, especially being a Bulls fan. You talked about it this morning on the radio. You think the NBA draft sucks?
The NBA draft, this was my job. For those that don't know me, I scouted in the NBA for 4 years. I knew every guy. I knew every one of their handlers. I knew everything about every guy. Now, I don't know these guys from France and wherever else they're coming.
I mean, the top 4 or 5, yeah. This draft is actually unique because there's high-end talent for the first time in a long time.
Correct.
At the top quarter of the draft. After this 4th pick, though, if you listen to Joe Colley's recap podcast here on the channel, he broke it down into basically 4 groups. It's number 1 because it's 1 of 1. Then it's 2, 3, 4 are group 2. Then you have up until about pick 9, you have group 3, and then it's just crapshoot after that. And of course, the Bulls are in the crapshoot. Erica says, "Let's get Kyle Tucker to sign his new deal on the podcast."
Oh, that would be amazing.
You think that might go bonkers for us?
Oh, my God.
Brad, any chance the Cubs could pry Joe Ryan away from the Twins? 100%. You want to know why,
the Twins
Brad?
are going to be able to be in sell mode. They're trying to sell the team.
The Twins are a team that I believe is probably going to admit that they're not lying to themselves soon. I think that they're going to blow it up. Pablo Lopez becomes an option for the Cubs.
He's hurt. He's on the IL right now.
Baldy. That's why these guys. That's why the next 4 weeks are big for the Texas Rangers.
Con Knippel is off the board to the Charlotte Hornets at pick 4.
So wait, is Ace Bailey still out there?
Still out there. And the Bulls, he refused to work out for any teams. He only wants to play in a big market for his brand.
Hey, if teams don't like that, pick 12.
Or the Bulls slide up a little bit.
What do they have?
Not a lot.
I mean, they don't have draft picks. Number 2 picks aren't getting it done.
So
Lennox.
Here are the Fox Sports catcher rankings. This is at the start of the season. William Contreras 1, Cal Raleigh 2. He'll be 1 now. Adley Rutschman, Will Smith, Yainer Diaz of the Astros, Salvi Perez of the Royals, JT Cubs got out of it. JT Real Muto, Gabriel Moreno of the Diamondbacks, Patrick Bailey of the Giants, and Austin Wells of the Yankees.
All right.
So there you go.
I think that's a pretty fair list. I'd probably flip-flop 1 or 2 guys. Lennox believes we should either trade Ben Brown or he should learn more pitches. It's hard to be good in the majors with 2 pitches. I think he's most suited for the bullpen. But for now, Ben Brown is going to remain stretched out until the Cubs make a few trades. DeGrom, yeah, we talked about how nasty it was. Pablo saying Cap showing off the guns. Dude, don't mess with these 2 guys.
Right there, let's go.
Don't mess with the flex of Cap and Guff. The tattoos were a midlife crisis. Uncle Ted, talk some shit. We'll put it on here.
Uncle Ted, the tattoos were not a midlife crisis.
I got a smaller one, but like 2 years ago. I guess you could. Mine wasn't. I'm getting more.
First of all, they're addicting. That's 1. 2, every one of these has some kind of meaning to me. Like this one on my upper arm says "Live life all in." Like if I'm going to be his best friend and his partner, if I'm not going to take it seriously, why are we wasting each other's time?
Yeah,
just be all in.
Amen.
Or don't waste your time. This one, in my late mother's handwriting, says, "Don't let the old man in." And that means I'm never going to be old. I may have my age may go up, but if the good Lord keeps me around, I'll be a 12-year-old my entire life.
Damn right. Cosign. That's why we get along. Sarah Luck says, should we start panicking after every loss? Chicago sports radio is pathetic.
Except for the Cap and J Hood show.
There it is. Kyle, hey, my mom and I have been listening to you cats since WGN. Very cool, Kyle.
Wow.
Thank you for
that.
Jeffrey, welcome to the chat. Great story about your son and the tattoos.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
KO, F the Brewers and F the Cardinals. T wants to know, give me parameters for a Kyle Tucker contract.
I said 10 years between 450 and 475. And you're telling me he turns that down? Right now,
shot.
Let's leave Soto and the deferred comp that goes to Shohei Ohtani. Leave them to the side.
Couple more here, guys. The chat is full. The chat is like, there's so many comments in here. We appreciate you guys for being here.
Leave Soto and Ohtani to the side.
We'll keep it going here for a few more minutes.
The highest paid player is Zach Wheeler at $42 million.
Yep.
So you're telling me that if I go to Kyle Tucker and say, I'll make you the 3rd highest paid player in the history of the sport, I'll give you the full no trade you want. I'll give you no opt-outs. You want to commit to the market, I'll commit to you. And I offer him $450 to $500. Let's call it $47 million a year. And he's going to say no? No shot.
A couple of people. Becky says Horton stays. KO doesn't want to trade Kyle Horton unless it's Paul Skeens. He would trade Caden Owen Casey.
For what?
Unless he's getting Paul Skeens. He's not giving
You wouldn't
Cade
get
Horton.
Paul Skeens' uncle for
DeGrom is
those 2 guys.
No shot. Everybody, he's not
Do you
getting
know what
traded.
they would ask you for if, and they're not trading him, if they were going to trade Paul Skeens, they would ask you for Cade Horton, Matt Shaw, Owen Casey, Kevin Alcantara, and Jackson Wiggins. And that might not get it done, and that decimates your entire system.
I don't think that gets it done.
I don't either.
I'm trying. I really don't think
They would probably, I'll tell you who they would tell you, okay, you want them, we want the prospects, and we want Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh, that's it.
That's exactly
There is
what
zero
they
trade for Paul Skeens without Pete Crow Armstrong.
Agree.
None.
None.
And to be honest with you, if I'm the Pirates and if I'm the Cubs, there's not a GM alive that wouldn't ask for Pete Crow Armstrong if he had Paul Skeens.
That is correct.
Hooters and Boca Raton. Boca Raton? Yes.
How about that?
This is awesome.
It is phenomenal.
How it started in Game 7 of the World Series for all the marbles. I think you're talking about
Skeens?
No, I think he's talking about DeGrom. Godfather, this guy. All these problems go back to the winter meetings. Chief Ricketts refused to spend. Godfather, always appreciate you, my man. I told you, negativity is welcome. Just as long as you smile today at some point. Look at the great Jackson McGuffey's in the house.
How about that? Where did all those muscles come from? That has to be from a Candace McGuffey, because you're not muscled up like that.
Dave, no comment. I'll be there for a road trip to Maryville or Portage. We got Portage, baby. I've heard of it before. A couple more. Ricketts will not sign top free agents. At least we have Gallagher Way.
Yeah, we do have Gallagher. Oh, what a catch.
Yeah, that was an incredible catch by John Lackey.
It's Alec Burles.
Nate, I've wanted DeGrom since the Mets spanked the Cubs in 15. Would love to see him end up with the Cubs.
That would be freaking amazing.
I'm telling you, he has a no trade. I don't see a scenario where he wouldn't trade. He's getting the money. Steve, do you think they're going to trade for a third baseman or just pitching?
I think there's a chance if Matt Shaw continues to struggle, if they make Eugenio Suarez available.
That's just for people in person, right? So a couple of you have asked about how do you enter for the NASCAR tickets. Tonight, we are only giving them away for those who showed up in person. However, we have another 5 pair to give away.
Ace Bailey off the board.
Ace Bailey, 5.
The Utah Jazz.
Utah, who tried to tank on purpose. He ends up getting the top 3 pick.
He's really good.
He's a really good. He's a little undisciplined. I watch a lot of Rutgers basketball.
Yeah, I bet a lot of Rutgers.
I don't They shouldn't. You have 2 picks in the top 5, and you have under 500. Something
didn't work right there.
So Eugenio Suarez is a maybe, right?
Yeah.
Need more of those. Cap Ace Bailey to Utah, as we just said. Pablo, we need more of those stories from Cap covering sports, dude. The stream. There's not a terabyte that you could name that could keep up with the stories.
I could stay here all night and give you amazing stories. Amazing.
Thinking about Suarez on the Cubs, fire Steve up. Come on, Cap. Admit Ricketts won't go the extra mile ever.
I disagree. I think my problem with Tom is that he does not go and push his chips in before the season. He wants to wait till the deadline and go, oh, I got a good team? All right, now I'll push my chips in. Well, sometimes you got to push your chips in early because a win in April, May, and June means the same as it does in August and September.
Niren, yo, Cap, Hooters, yum, yum, yum. They're all set. Nobody wants to give up PCA. We know. You got you all the way messed up. A couple more here, and we're going to sign off. Cubs trade Matt Shaw to the Red Sox for Bregman since Bregman has an opt-out. We talked about that earlier, how funny that would be. I don't think the Cubs are trading for Alex Bregman.
I don't either, but if the Red Sox say, you know what, we're moving the money, they already traded Devers. Bregman should be back in the next couple weeks, I'm hearing. So if that happened, there's your third baseman. Matt Shaw is your utility guy, and Vidal Brujan, that'll be all.
All right, so we'll stay through the top half of the fourth here. 1 out in the top of the fourth. Cubs threatening again against former White Sox Eric Fetty. He has not been the same since he's gone to St. Louis. Runners at the corners for the always powerful Reese McGuire, who's homered already tonight. T. Since the Lakers went for $10 billion, how much will the Cubs go for?
If the Cubs were on the market right now, because they have their own regional sports network as part of the deal, I would say the Cubs would probably be a $7.5 billion franchise. It may not be the LA market, but it would be probably a $7.5 to $8 billion valuation. Not bad for a purchase of $845 million.
Pretty good investment. Look at all. I want to know. I'm going to go back and look. Safe. We have stolen second base,
There
second
you go.
and third, one out. Godfather says, please come to Hooters Joliet. I think there's been at least a dozen different Hooters named.
It's unbelievable.
Pablo, to the entire recap team, thank you for the show. It's a great channel. We love you, man. Pablo, you're an OG, buddy.
We appreciate you, Pablo Rodriguez.
I don't think my bet of the day is going to hit again. I don't think my look at that. We got some young fans in the crowd.
We do. They got
Vivian
the show on
and
their
Owen.
phone.
Vivian and Owen.
What is your bet of the day today?
It's not great. It's the over in the Detroit Tigers game, and the A's have just been absolutely shoving 3-0.
What inning?
Top 8. It's not looking great.
You're in trouble. What was the number?
DeGrom did give up a hit, by the way, and he was yanked after 7 innings.
Good. Take him out because I want to save those pitches for Wrigley.
My number is 8.5. There's runners at the corners and the top of the 8th. I did bring them, Pablo, just for you, my man. Cap is drinking a Coke Zero. He loves Coke Zero. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We were drinking water and iced tea so far.
Yeah, right now,
I did have the.
that's
blueberry
what I'm
lemon
drinking.
with this.
Water.
Katie's taking pictures. She's putting the aviators out there. I know what's going on. Noah says, I appreciate you guys. Go Cubbies. Reese McGuire still dug into the place.
There's a strong chance that the guy the Bulls want is going to be there at 12. He
Which is
played
who?
at the University of South Carolina, not known for their basketball prowess, Colin Murray Boyles.
Hey, Reese McGuire has made it
Reese
7-0.
Another hit, and it's 7-0 Cubs.
And that'll be all for you,
Eric.
Cardinals. And Eric Fetty, there's 2 outs. How about Reese McGuire, man?
That is unbelievable.
Reese McGuire. Near and sorry, buddy. We're 15 seconds ahead of the marquee Roku stream. Well, at least you know something good's coming, brother.
Yeah.
Something's good is coming. There you go. Called it. He'll ask Cap if he likes your shirt. Oh, yeah. His profile picture is a We Stink shirt.
That's awesome, Godfather. Let me ask you a question. If I had made a parlay bet of Reese McGuire to homer and drive in 3 and have 2 hits,
Oh, dude, that would have been like 80 or 90 to 1. It probably would have been more than that. Reese McGuire to have 3 RBI by itself was probably 12.
right? But he could do that with one hit.
Right. Kyle Tucker with a 2-0 count. We will wrap things up. It seems like a good time. We could sit here all night, obviously, and keep this going. We're about an hour in. I feel pretty comfortable signing off at 7-0.
If they blow this one, you better sign into the recap. You're not going to believe what I'm going to say.
Noah, appreciate the comment, man. You think the Cubs get Alcantara? We are your – look, you guys are our favorites. That's just a fact. Those who
You are the backbone of the channel.
You're the whole reason we keep doing this. You're the whole reason places like Hooters want to partner with our channel because the numbers are massive. You guys keep on coming. You've made it a community. Hell, half the community's here. It's a packed room. We got old friends, new friends, all behind us.
Super cool.
I love this, Hector. Is there a slaughter rule in the Everyone's feeling good for a night.
Yeah, relax. It's only 7-0.
We got everybody. Oh, was it? Did we miss? Reese McGuire got Ian Happ got the RBI single.
Oh,
That was
who
Ian.
it was.
We're like doing this. Like a guy's up to bat, we come back here. Reese McGuire was up, made the out. Ian Happ has had another big night. Ian Happ homered and has 3 RBIs.
How about that?
So, yeah. Cubs need to get to 10 to get this win, says Swayze. Ha, ha, ha. T wants Cap on his podcast. Hey, reach out to the channel, man. Recapoffice@gmail.com.
Hey, let me know. I'll do it.
Recapoffice@gmail.com. Kyle,
Recapoffice@gmail.com.
great show. Keep up the work. The true Kyle from Chicago. Thanks you. We appreciate you, Kyle. We appreciate all of you. There's a base hit.
Another hit.
Jeez, oh, Pete. I think the Cubs are telling us they don't want us to sign off tonight.
Exactly.
They're trying. We're trying to put a bow on this. Where is Jake Berger playing these days? He's in Texas.
Yes.
He's had a rough season. They can't score. It doesn't make any sense.
And by the way, lots of merch dropping shortly at Clark Street Sports. Recap shirts like that, hoodies, chasing greatness stuff like Candace McGuffey is wearing right now. Yeah.
I can tell you this. Here are the colors that will be available for you when the shop goes live as soon as, what's that?
Katie wants a pink one. We could get a pink one.
We will have navy, light blue, black, and royal. So we have Cubs colors, White Sox colors, Bears colors, and we'll start light, and then we'll go from there. But we're gonna get some take that St. Louis shirts.
That'll be great. We have Take That Green Bay already. And finally, before we sign off, I know we're going to stay till the end of the inning. If there's any pickleball players out there, we have the most arrogant pickleball player that works with us, is a teammate on the channel. And she turned to Gup yesterday and said, "You play pickle? I'll kick your ass."
Legit, not like verbatim what she said.
Like literally out of nowhere. Like we're having a nice discussion about work, and she's in charge of social media and content. And all of a sudden she goes, "You play pickle? I'll kick your ass." Like,
I said, "Well, Katie, you really
that's a little aggressive."
That reminds me of a young man named Dan Ryan about 25 years ago who told me I would never start another game at DePaul my senior year. I was like, "Well, Dan, practice doesn't start for 48 hours, but you might as well strap it up right now, kid."
Let's go.
Katie, find a pickleball court. We'll go there tonight. Lights or not. Lights or not. I don't care if I can't see. Bring a neon ball. Bring a neon ball. Bring the attitude.
Kyle Tucker just stole his 19th base in 20 attempts. That's why you should have run him last night in the ninth. So
Hugh
the
Heavens.
PCA hit would have tied it.
Hey, pile on the Cardinals, guys.
Oh, they don't. Betty just walked Suzuki.
Dude.
The bases are loaded.
I mean,
And here comes PCA.
We may never go off the air tonight. We may just keep doing this. Is there a pitching change coming? That'll be all for Eric Fetty.
I would think.
Kyle Tucker's, yep.
And that'll be all for Eric Fetty. 2 outs in the fourth. That'll be all.
You're not alone, Hugh. There's a lot of people here who hate the Cardinals. Godfather, positive thought, right?
Let's take a few more questions because we're not signing off till this inning is over.
We got to pull the names for the NASCAR tickets here. We got 2 winners for the NASCAR tickets. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Tap to spin. Here we go.
Here we go.
The winner of a pair of Thomas Latham. You're going. Latham or Latham?
I would think it's Latham.
Latham. Thomas Latham. You're going to the NASCAR street race, my friend. That's awesome. Reserve tickets.
There you go, Thomas.
There we go, bud. Really good stuff, bud. Those are big-time tickets. And here we go. Here's another name in the hopper. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. Patrick and Kara Howarder have won a pair of tickets to go see the NASCAR street race on their 15th anniversary. How about that? They did leave. We know how to get a hold of them. I'll put it that way. So Patrick and Kara Howarder make plans to looks like Grandma needs to be back on July 6th to go to the
Super cool.
I just booked babysitting for Patrick and Kara Howarder, who just won a pair of tickets to the NASCAR street race. Couple more. Yeah, we're gonna go off. We're going off the air here at the 4th inning when the 4th inning goes final. Really good
Who
stuff.
else has a question?
Pablo celebrate at the NASCAR race. Cap, do you do drivable Bears road games for a meetup?
What I would. I was at the Green Bay game, not this one we just won. When we lost the last game of Justin Fields' Bears tenure, we went up to Green Bay, and PCA just grounded out, inning over. 7-0 Cubs, end of the top of the 4th. Yeah, we went up to Green Bay. I would go to Detroit, but I mean, I'm not going to drive to Jacksonville. But
here's what I'll say: you guys keep supporting this channel. Cap and I always talk about it publicly, and we're not afraid to say it. We're going to the moon. You want to ride with us? Let's go. Keep this channel exploding. We'll drive to every damn Bears road game.
We will,
and we'll do live broadcasts. And we'll take you with us. Let's go to the moon together, and let's keep doing fun things like this. And part with partners like Hooters. Cap, this has been a lot of fun.
It's been awesome.
7 runs.
My guy.
I think it feels like a good time to call it a night here on the live stream. We're gonna leave it to the starting pitching and bullpen. I think we're okay.
Matthew Boyd, I need at least 2 more innings out of you, kid. Maybe 3. Get me through 6. I'll be good.
A Hooters live stream watch party has come to an end. We appreciate all of you logging on. We appreciate all the people here. Congrats to the street race winners. We'll have more tickets on the recap lunch hour in the coming days and into next week. Joey Logano, the interview, that'll drop on the channel later tonight.
It was awesome.
The White Sox recap's up. The rush hour's up. We'll have the Cubs recap later on tonight. For Cap, I'm Guff. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you to all of you at Hooters and Hooters O'Hare. We'll keep on keeping on. Till next time.
Take that.